Brian, you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's do it. All right, guys, welcome to another post-race wrap-up. I'm Eric Deen, Pro 1600, and as with me always is Brian Johnson. Brian, welcome.
Good afternoon. Good morning. Happy Merry Christmas to all the race
Yes,
fans out there.
absolutely. Today we are wrapping up and doing a post-race wrap-up on the 2025 Snore Rage at the River. We've got our top three finishers here. In third place, Brodie Martin. Brodie, welcome.
Hey, how you guys doing?
And second place, Curt Geer.
Good morning, everybody. Merry Christmas.
And our top box, Daniel Deen.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hey, sorry. I was having a sip.
Looks like you've been there before, Daniel.
Yeah,
Hey guys, how's it going? Happy to be here, having a good time.
good.
I think I just want to jump in real quick and say, well done to all three of you.
Yes.
Great racing all weekend. Fantastic run. Let's start with Brodie. Brodie, first off, congratulations. I think you've proven in the past that you definitely have the speed to be up there at these big events.
Absolutely.
And finally, glad to see you get a real clean run again. Definitely deserved.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Last year at Rage, we totaled the car, and then I did it the weekend before Rage too at Barstow for the 16 shootout. So two pretty big crashes in a row, but bounced back at Rage with a third. So feels pretty good to finally finish a race without crashing.
Well, it should be. I mean, we've all talked before, and I think even you and me as well. Just keep that thing on the rubber side down, and it's not surprising to me that you're in this with us today.
Yeah, no, definitely.
So, Brodie, let's real quick, because for the people out there who don't know, I feel like at every race these days, there's about 6 or 7 Martins entered. Cousins, brothers, what's kind of the family dynamic there?
All right, so my dad's AJ Martin, and his kids is Brodie Martin, which is me, and my brother Cade Martin. And then there's my uncle Mark Martin, and he has 3 boys. It's Talon Martin, Gavin Martin, and Tyler Martin. They all race the 10 car. There's 2 10 cars. We have this one, my brother's, and then the other one's at Mark's house out in Norco. So
Yeah, and that's the Jimco mid-engine, if I'm not mistaken.
yes, I believe so.
Yeah, right on. Yeah, I mean, you guys obviously have a deep family history of racing, and it's evident showing, given your age and the pace that you run, that this is it's been something you've been around for a while.
I've grown up with it my whole life, so been around it.
And that's kind of my question is, what's it like racing against, guys like Curt and Daniel? I know guys that I looked up to. Is it kind of like racing against, or playing in the NFL, something like that?
Yeah, it's definitely, I mean, I'm young and I'm like new to this, new to the off-road. Like, I mean, we did short course growing up my whole life. So to bounce into desert, it's a lot different. Everyone's way older. I'm not against my age. So, I mean, these guys have way more experience than me out there, and I'm just climbing up the ladder.
Yeah, you're doing a great job so far, man. You should be really proud.
Thank you.
How are you feeling seeing all these younger generation kids coming up and putting the pressure on? I mean, for the longest time that I can remember, Curt Geer's on the list, and it's like, oh man, do I even have a shot?
Daniel, Eric, who was the question for?
Curt?
Yeah.
Curt, yeah.
Oh yeah, Curt, go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, first, obviously, thank you for having me for one, and then for two, congratulations to obviously you, Eric, and Daniel, and Brodie. It was a good weekend. Obviously, Saturday kind of struggled. Kind of showed I was around for the ride. You know what I mean? I was kind of watched you guys, the Deen brothers, have a great day, and Then we worked on it Saturday night. Found a couple little issues that unfortunately we overlooked. Then Sunday we obviously picked up the pace. Got some rear bumper work to do from Daniel and Brodie, so I appreciate you guys doing that. Thank you. And I laughed, and it was a good time. Overall, the weekend, the weather was probably the best weather weekend for
Absolutely.
that race that I can remember. I thought the new track layout was interesting and good. I thought also.
You're specifically talking about the infield, right? Bypassing the old hot pits, and then
Yeah, I thought it gave it a little bit more excitement for people that had never been there. I had one of our sponsors that's been a part of this team for like 20 years. This is his first weekend coming out. His dad used to come all the time, and he was able to see it. You know what I mean? He was able to physically see the car more than a one turn, which I thought was good. That weekend, I mean, it's like our limited Volkswagen Super Bowl, and being that it's that big of a race, I'm really hoping that hopefully that we can get the stuff figured out on Snore's end. They have to. I mean, for a win like that, like what you guys had, Daniel, and not be able to go to awards thing, I thought was really disappointing personally. With seeing 39 cars take a start like that, I mean, that's what we work for. You know what I mean? We worked and you guys worked the weekend before because you raced the weekend before, and to not be able to go there and celebrate, I thought was really disappointing. But that's enough of my rant. I'm stoked. It was a good weekend. It was fun. It was great battling with Brodie and Daniel. Like I said, thank you.
yeah, you're welcome. And I get it that we all work hard, and our sponsors, the people that help. It's nice to show appreciation, and so be able to go to the awards at the end and see and the people and say, thank you to everybody. So I get it. I get it.
How are you?
Double cheeseburger
Going
for me,
through
Brian.
McDonald's right now, Brian?
Yeah.
Man, internet, you guys, leave me alone. I told you I'm bad at managing my time.
Double.
All right. Well, so Daniel, let's talk real quick. You showed up the next weekend. How was your race? Did it go like you wanted to? Other than the finishing, yes, obviously, but were you as surprised as I think some of the other people were?
Yeah, well, we can just start with like qualifying. I was kind of disappointed after qualifying. Before I saw the results, obviously, they had told us that they were going to start everybody, I think it was 30 seconds apart. And then, so I'm at an idle and they dropped the flag and it was only 20 seconds apart. So I feel like I lost like a second or two. So we're done with qualifying. And I was like, all right, we had a good run, probably like maybe good enough for like top 10. And then when the results got posted, I saw that I got second. I was like, whoa, that was pretty cool. So that's the best I've ever qualified before at one of these events. And I think the reason why I qualified as well as I did was because I raced the weekend before, because I usually go about six months in between races. And I think racing the week before kind of like brushed the cobwebs off. So yeah, I felt really comfortable in the car when we started. And obviously when Saturday hit, my foot was to the floor. I ripped that thing as hard as I could. When I saw Curt on the second lap, I was probably just as shocked as he was. And then I just didn't let up the entire time. I think we were getting splits showing that we were, making like 2-3 seconds a lap, maybe a little bit more. And my co-driver was just like, no, you're a good pace, just keep going. So we just ripped the whole time. So, and I'm glad that I did, because I feel like on Sunday, Curt grabbed in their gear and it was like, I couldn't put space on him before like I did on Saturday. So.
Yeah, and I think it's just a testament to to show kind of what knocking that rust off does, and like Eric and I in our more and our rage preview, we talked about these guys who maybe haven't been out as often, and I think there is something to say about keeping the racecraft tip top. Is it's a perishable skill, it does take a few, minutes or laps or whatever to really get back into the swing of things and remember maybe everything that you're feeling and how the car is reacting. So, yeah, definitely interesting that you think that the racing the weekend before is an advantage for you. I don't know if Brodie would make the same argument. I don't know how much sleep all those guys got getting the car ready in between the two
Oh,
weekends.
those were a bunch of late nights right there, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and
That's
like
it.
we've all been there, so it's funny. But Brodie, I
Well,
mean, can you
it was.
speak to that as well? I mean, when I mean, Curt, I think the last time you raced was Battle at Prim, so you had some time off. So I'll start with Brodie, and then Curt will jump to you. But Brodie, do you feel like you go into these races with an advantage, knowing, hey, I just put the car, last weekend. I know what she's going to do. How do you feel?
Yeah, well, I mean, going into Barstow, I was pretty scared because I haven't raced for a full year. So, but I knew I've driven the car before multiple times. I know what it does. I know what I can do. So I just drove to my comfortability until the crash happened. And then that we when the day that happened, we came back, we pulled the motor. I went straight down to Escondido, dropped it off at Andy. He tore it all apart, and then that was just 3 nights in a row, just late nights in the shop, just getting the car done so we can just get to rage. And then we did all that, and it's just you got to stay in your game with these races because everyone's fast now. I mean, I'm going with fast people. I'm against them. I gotta be on my toes with it, and I gotta carry my speed through everything else. Know what I can and cannot do. So that's definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
So.
Curt, how do you feel? Maybe taking a few months off. Do you feel like maybe your racecraft needs a little fine tuning? Do you run the pre-run race at all in the morning, or how do you feel?
So it's interesting, and I didn't really touch on it, but Andy down there in San Diego has really found something, which is kind of cool for us here in this shop. It gives us something to look forward to and how to get it better. So I had been out testing a lot, and we were trying to get with the cars now going a lot faster than what they used to. There's a lot more involved with how small the shock is and how to control that um, limited travel. So we had been out multiple times testing, and then all of a sudden, it's time to go racing, and we found out about this fuel deal. And when we found out about the fuel deal, it was how do we get ready for something that we have no idea what we're doing and how it's going to be or where it's coming from or whatever. So the motor set at Jared's at Competitive Edge until Monday before the race, and we got it on Tuesday. So there was no testing with this new package and whatever fuel this was we were getting from Busby. So it kind of Friday was kind of a coin flip. Qualifying was really what do we do? Unfortunately, I just didn't have time. I can't take off as much days as I would like, unfortunately. But I wish, looking back on it, I should have tested on Thursday. Probably would have saved my little issue for Saturday night and working late and pulling motors and clutches and flywheels and headers and all kinds of other things. But it might have shown up on that Thursday, which we're going to brief obviously internally to figure out how we're going to do that. But it was good. Racing craft, I don't think so. I mean, I've been in this car. I've owned this car since 2004. We know this thing like the back of our hand. It's a no-brainer. I mean,
Yeah.
it's already a part. It's done. It's ready. All the parts are ready to go to be sent out. It's pretty easy. It's not like we're going down to the Baja 1000 and we're racing the Mulegé, which it really looks like that photo behind you. It's a little different. So, with good people and good partners, it makes it pretty easy, to be honest.
Well, it also speaks to your testament on what you're saying. You've had that car since 2004 to be able to pull it into a tent and do your tweaks and stuff. Bud and I talked about this, was it Saturday evening or Sunday morning, about what it's going to take. You don't quit. You don't say, well, I guess this is it. Like Daniel's got the win. Hey, well, it's whatever, we're just settle for this spot. I mean, you don't stop ever trying to get what you need out of that car. And it shows exactly where your experience is. tweaking on it the night before, and then showing up there and not putting letting Daniel get him more than like 100 yards on you, right there on his bumper the whole time.
Yeah, well, and my hat's off to, like I said, to you guys. You guys had a great weekend. I knew I was close enough that if something happened, I could capitalize. You know what I mean? And
Sure.
Didn't want to put myself in jeopardy, or the team. And then on 3/4 away through the race, you could tell that the car was picking up pace. I don't know if we were getting into different fuel burns between his car and my car, but definitely that car, or our setup, was coming in better later into the weekend or later into the day. Then the last 2 laps, unfortunately, with a couple corners to go, the rear tire decided that it didn't want to be a part of that race car anymore. It's not like a bomb went off, but it was pretty cool. It was a great weekend. Like I said, it was fun. It was fun, competitive racing. I do owe you guys. There's going to be some kisses coming for sure for the back cages of both of you guys, though. That's for sure.
Hey, so I pride myself on not hitting people very hard. So if there was anything, if there's any marks on your bumper and you were swapping with Brodie, it was probably him.
It's all fun. It's all fun.
And that makes what off-road racing really is the banter, the nudging, the pushing, as long as it's not plowing, that's coming into corners, and you don't know what the guy in front of you, how hard he's going to hit the brakes. Well, I think we've all gotten into the back of somebody, but it's as long as it's not a blatant just completely crash into the back. But let's jump into the race weekend. Brodie, how was your overall weekend, Saturday and Sunday?
It was good. I liked it. I qualified 4th. I wasn't expecting that, really. I was expecting probably like a 7th or something, because I did mess up on a couple turns, but really stoked on that. And I knew I was going up against some fast guys at the beginning of Saturday, so I knew I just had to be on my game, follow my lines and stuff. I did. My co-driver, Cole, he definitely helped me with stuff. Car handled pretty good. I think we got to do some more shock tuning to it, get that figured out. Maybe some gearing, I'm not sure. But
Brodie, real quick, I don't want to gloss over that, but you had Cole Harden ride with you. Now, Cole, obviously, the last few years has been hyper competitive in 1600 cars. Why don't you talk to us about that dynamic between you and him? And I'm sure you're able to learn a great deal from him. Let's talk about that real quick.
Yeah, Cole. I mean, you guys know Cole. He's really into 16 cars. He likes them. He helps me a lot with just carrying speed and tells me what to do. I've learned a lot. It's definitely helped my driving. And he's just very well, like, tells me keep it on the gas right here, downshift or whatever, which I was doing the complete opposite before. And just little stuff like that, like clip the little bush right here, do that, just straighten it out more.
I want to pat myself on the back too much, but I used to ride with Cole, and a lot of that foundational stuff was, no big deal. But I think I taught him just about everything he knows. Anywho.
Yeah, so I've definitely learned a lot from him. So I thank Cole a lot.
Yeah, absolutely.
No,
great
that's
kid.
good. And it is a testament, kind of, it's funny we joke, but Curt, you've obviously been doing this for a while. I know Eric and Daniel, you guys have been doing this for a long while too, and it is cool to see the younger generation coming into the class. And I think all of us can agree that UTVs are cool, but we don't ever want to see this class die. So it's good to see the new blood carry it forward and use all those old school tips and tricks and figure some new stuff out too, so. But yeah, Brodie, that sounds good. I'm glad you were having a good race. I don't mean to stop you, so go ahead and tell us more about your race on Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, with Sunday was honestly same as Saturday, just carry all my speed, try and run with the big guys. But yeah, I think the car needs a little bit more work, more low power here and there to be with you guys up there. But yeah, other than that, it was a great weekend, no problems at all. Car was really good. I liked it. Just didn't crash this time.
Well, more's going to come to you, Brodie. I guarantee it. You keep that right foot planted and smart, and I have no doubt in my mind that you'll be up on that box, even higher up on that staging order.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate
No
it.
problem.
Curt, let's hear about your weekend. Obviously, we know you had some issues Saturday, kind of untested going into the weekend, so that's obviously created some diversity for you. But I mean, as far as actual, in race activity, walk us through kind of the weekend.
So Saturday, I mean obviously Friday we qualified, which is a whole different discussion. I think that maybe might need to be a whole different meeting. But Friday we took off. I caught a really nice car in front of me. I mean, I hope he's on here and he knows that I wasn't trying to push him as hard as I was, but I was able to get by him, which helped. And then I caught the car in front of him as well.
Right.
And at that point, I was under the impression, just similar how it used to be in the short course days, that unless the car crashed, that's it, you're done. So we put the car on the trailer, started cleaning it up, or the tent, I should say, and left it alone. Well, lo and behold, did I find out later that you could have had another rerun. Now, looking back on it, was probably the smartest decision I did. Why not doing that? But it was something that was brought to my attention. Then Saturday, obviously, we took off, and right after, I mean, I'm talking after the moon bump, so I was like, there's something wrong for sure. And, with these cars that don't make tons of power, especially a single seater that, you're relying on every little scrape of power you can get, I knew right away there was an issue. And I was doing whatever I could to try to make it as smooth and as fast as I could to kind of buy time until I knew the row behind me was coming. And by the time I hit the hot pit and it got in, that Daniel was already there.
Yeah.
And when he was there, it was survival at that point. I mean, I know, Daniel, you saw, I I didn't want to block too hard, but I was trying to do whatever I could to keep you back there as long as I could, and then until he went by me like I was tied to a fence post. And when I got out, I congratulated him and I told him I needed to pick up 9 mile an hour. Well, we went to work, like you said, on Saturday night, pulled the motor out, found an issue. This has nothing to do with Jared. It was an internal problem that we had, a thing that overlooked, which I can't believe it. It's kind of a weird deal. When race cars don't get full throttle, they usually don't work very good. And
Yeah. Yeah, you can't be overstated enough how much these cars love to be driven at the absolute limit.
exactly. And so we obviously found the issue Saturday night, pulled the motor out, worked on it, went out and tested Saturday night over by our vacation house and found a little bit more speed. And then we ran out of time. It was dark and we needed to get back. So we brought the car back, made another chassis adjustment for Sunday, and that was huge. That was probably the pivotal point of the weekend for us was the testing Saturday with Jared and the guys that I know I overworked them when we were pulling motors out, parts are everywhere. And we made some speed for sure. And then Sunday, I got stuck in the middle as we took the green, and I watched Deen and Brodie just leave me and take off. And I figured I had one or two options, either crash in the moon bumps or I needed to get at least one car at that point. And I'm sure, Brodie, you saw a lot of that car because it was all over the place right in front of you.
It definitely was.
And I was able to, it worked. I was able to get by him, and then I was watching Brodie because both Daniel and Brodie, with their major power, they definitely mile an hour for sure. And it was survival. And then I was watching Daniel where my car was a little better, my setup, and where his car was better, and there was really nothing I could do at that point. Just stay close enough that hopefully there was a mistake. Obviously, Daniel, my hat's off, dude. You drove a great weekend, as did you, Brodie. And we drove around. The last lap, I was able to put a little bit more pressure, which is smart on Daniel. He pulled over. I went by him, and then 2 turns later, the tire blew up. And I was hoping that, oh no, the race isn't over. I mean, in a limited car, which a lot of people don't know, when the tires come off, usually they wrap around the axle. And when that happens, the race is over, you're done, you're stuck. And I was panicking on the radio. I can't see the tire. I didn't know where the tire was at. Obviously, we don't want bead locks in a weekend like this, but might be something to look at and maybe something to do moving forward. But lucked out, finished. High five, Daniel. High five, Brodie. What a great weekend, and I appreciate it. And we're working. Things are already apart. The motor's already down at Jared's. For sure, we'll be doing this again.
No doubt in my mind at all. Well, Daniel, I know how your weekend was. I was in the pit with you every day, but let's let everybody else see how your Saturday and Sunday was.
Yeah, we honestly we had a great run. I think Curt and I had opposite strategies. My Sunday strategy was his Saturday strategy. So on Sunday, I was just trying to block him. He was just right there the whole time, and I was just doing everything I could to stay in front of him. And it sounds like that's what he was trying to do to me on Saturday, and it's just smart racing. So on Sunday, I was kind of in protect mode, and on Saturday, I was going as fast as the car would let me go. And I still got some stuff to figure out. Rage is one of those races where you feel good on Saturday and you go in on Sunday and the track is entirely different. The ruts are burned in more. The whoops I feel like they're twice as big. I don't know if that's just me, but I got to figure out how to do some chassis adjustments, like what Curt was talking about, some, suspension changes. I got to figure out that, how to get the car to work better on Sunday than it did on Saturday, because on Sunday I could just tell the car wasn't working as well as it did on Saturday. I know the front springs were a little bit worn out and we twisted them up, but there's got to be something we can do from a shock adjustment. And honestly, I'm not smart enough to know what that is. So I'm going to be working with SDG and see if they got some tips for me. But other than that, the car worked great. Car was fast. It's always cool to come out and race against these guys and to be somebody that pushes Curt, I think is really cool. Curt's somebody who I've always, really looked up to, and now he's trying to find more to keep up with me, and I think that's really cool. So we're going to be going back and forth for the next 5 years, Curt. It's going to be pretty fun. I hope you're ready.
That might be time for a new chassis for me.
Yeah.
To be thinking get another 5 years out of it.
Yeah. But yeah, all in all, I had a fun weekend. It was really cool. Erica, I've said this before, but I really appreciate you coming and helping. It's hard to do this by yourself. Having a team there is probably the most important thing for these off-road races. Like, you can't do it by yourself. I've tried. It sucks. It's super hard. It's a give and take for sure. So thank you to my team, Eric, the rest of the family who came out to support, pit crew. And, one thing I will say about the 1600 class, and I'm almost positive it's like this for all the classes, but the 1600 class specifically will go out of their way to help other teammates or other teams that you're racing against just so they can finish the race. I know I gave 2 slave cylinders to the pilots team, and they're going to buy me a new one for my box. So I thought that was really cool. We'll share parts, and like it's just about getting to the finish line. And I'm happy to be a part of this class. I think it's really cool. And I don't know, it just feels like a big family. And I know we can't do it by ourselves, and the teams can't really just do it by themselves. It's like it's a big team effort from all the racers and stuff. So it's been a lot of fun.
I want to jump in, Daniel, and kind of echo that, because you made 2 really good points. So we'll get back to your first one, but on that, like, I think that there's a lot to be said about the 1600 class, because we do help each other out, and we want to beat each other at our best. We don't want to beat, nobody wants to beat Curt when he's pulled over with a broken car. Nobody wants to pass Brodie. Nobody wants to pass Brodie when he's on his lid, right? No, we don't want that. We want to beat you guys heads up. We want to race hard. And it really is, like, I do think it is the best class in racing because of the people who are in it, for sure.
Well, guys, I do want to just congratulate you guys for a great weekend and everything. It was awesome watching you guys all battle, especially Daniel and Curt on Sunday, coming around the corner, and Curt's always right there. And you're right, Curt, you just one little missed corner and you would have easily capitalized it. You did exactly what you should have, just stayed right there. So I want to thank you guys for joining us out here. And so Brodie, you have any sponsors and people you want to thank as we wrap this up?
I want to definitely thank you guys for having me on here. Daniel and Kirk for the racing. It was really fun. And I want to thank my dad for giving me this opportunity to do all this. King, Sparko, Reliable, Powder Coating. Who else? Just everyone out there that just helps us. Cow Time. I want to thank Henry for shock tuning. That's definitely a big part in this car. And just everyone else out there that's just helped get this thing. All my buddies last weekend doing prepping it with me and helping me. Just thank you guys, appreciate it, and yeah, just appreciate you guys for having me on here. So thank you.
Absolutely. Curt?
Well, first off, like I said to you guys, Eric and Daniel, congrats again on a great weekend. Brodie, yourself too as well. I know it's a lot to prep a car in 4 days and make it to the racetrack. So congratulations to you guys. I'd like to thank Nichols Lumber that donated 20 bundles of steaks for the race. So obviously thanks to them. Boating Development, after 20 years, still being a partner of this team and the shop and the vacations that we have together. Obviously my friends and family that I overworked on Saturday. I can't stress that enough. They worked hard. And Jared from Competitive Edge. I know we've been struggling. I know myself, I might be like a psycho ex-girlfriend because I call him all the time, but I'm here. I don't want to leave here. I want to only get better. I only want to pick up more speed out of this thing, and that's why it's apart now. It's already there. And obviously for you guys, the Deen family, Andy and Major, everybody, believe me, I'm not quitting, and I'll be there. And congratulations again to you guys. What a great weekend for you guys.
Thank you, Curt. I'd love to take any part of that, but that was all Daniel. So yeah. I sat on the sidelines and watched, but that was all him. But yeah, I expect nothing less than you never to lay down. I know that you're a competitor and you're always going to be right there. So, Daniel.
Yeah, we run a pretty tight crew here, so the thanks are going to be a little bit tighter, but the value of it is very big. So I want to start off with Major Performance. We've been racing with him. Our 516. He has him and Kenny Major have built us really good motors for the longest time, and Andy never stops developing. And he's built a really good package for us. And I think everybody saw that, we had a little something extra, and that was all thanks to Andy. So thank you, Major Performance. Rocket ship, that thing was easy to drive. The power was there the whole time. Mike Meehan with Meehan Motorsports. He built our transmission. He's somebody who I've relied on a lot in the past, probably 5-6 years. We had a different transmission builder, and I had a really unique issue that I was running into all the time where I'm not very good at shifting. So I would bang gears from third to second, and then my second gear would end up slipping out. And so there's been 2 or 3 different times where if Mike wasn't available to help fix the transmission, we wouldn't have been to the finish line. And we won those races. And so Mike knows what issue that I'm having, and he knows how to solve it. So he builds a really good transmission, and I highly recommend him. So Mike's always been there for me. Deen Racing, obviously, coming to support. Really appreciate that. ECP, powder coating place out in East County, they've helped out a lot. SDG, Cryo Heat, Gabe Agana, my buddy Matt over at Illumacraft has helped out quite a bit. Who am I missing, Eric?
Mom and Dad, Taylor.
Mom and Dad. Oh, my wife Taylor. She's been great, letting me go and do this. Yeah, just anybody that I missed, I'm sorry, but we've had a really good year, really successful year, and I can't thank everybody enough. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah. Kudos to all 3 of you guys. Well done. Well done. Like Curt said, this race is our Super Bowl every year. So to see the tight racing and the great performances, I'm honored to race amongst you guys. I hope one day to get on your level. Yeah, I think, you guys being as quick as you are inspire the rest of the class to step their game up, and it keeps the class alive. So from us to you, thank you guys for setting the bar so high.
And coming on here and telling your stories, I really appreciate it. So I do just want to say thank you from Brian and myself to you guys. Thank you for coming on here and joining us.
Yeah.
So,
if this is the Super Bowl, are you guys going to start sponsoring a Super Bowl ring?
we got to pay for the commercials.
Okay.
Yeah. But again, guys, thank you very much. Appreciate you coming on here. And with that, we will conclude. And anybody watching, please, leave that like, leave a comment, share this with your friends. Let us know how we're doing. We do this just for fun, just for you guys. So it's nice to know that we're doing a good job. So thank you very much, guys. And we will see you out on the racetrack.